Hi, I'm SJ, and this is SJ Tarot Therapy. And we're going to do a reading for the full moon in Capricorn and just see what comes up. This is an exciting moon, a chance to achieve a dream that you've been wanting to achieve, to really go after something in your life. So let's see what the cards have to say to help you in moving in the direction in your life that you want to be moving in. So let's see what comes up. What's coming up for you at this full moon? Okay. We have the Knight of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Six of Swords, and Expansion. It's a shedding snake. So there's a few extra cards in this deck that are not part of the original tarot. So it looks like you're walking away from something, and that you need to in order to go after what you want. And there is letting go of an old life here. I feel this old life, what you've been in, has not been good for you. In fact, there may be people in the old life, or it still might be your life, but you're wanting to move into something new. So what you're trying to leave behind is, there could be people in your life that have not been treating you well. It's a toxic relationship. You may have even cut people off recently because you're feeling a pull to go into something new. You're ready to experience a new part of yourself. You're ready to show the world a new you. But this isn't like super brand new, because you've been working on it. Under the old skin of the snake, this new skin was forming. So you've been working on something and you're ready to reveal it to the world, whatever that may be, on whatever level that is. It could be the entire world, it could just be in your small circle. And I just see you getting out of a situation, a chapter that was not good for you. It had become toxic. It was doing more damage than good. And you're taking what you want with you. You're leaving the rest behind. You're realizing that this situation is never going to get better. And you're strong enough to leave. You may not be leaving with everything, though. You may feel at a disadvantage slightly, maybe just resources wise. You might feel like you don't have all the resources you want to have for a new life, but you have everything you need to get out of the old life. You do have that. And it takes a lot of courage to leave a chapter of your life. It takes a lot of courage. I think you've been planning it for a while. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. This is the new skin. this is abundance coming into you, into your life, and you will be getting attention for this new skin that you're going to be showing. And I think you know that. You know that this is putting yourself out there. It's going to take cultivating and confidence within yourself to do this new life, to really harness all of what you're hoping you can from this. It's going to take a lot of a quiet strength, a perseverance, a showing up to the logistics that will be required to pull this off. Not all the seeds are going to take root and bloom right away, and there needs to be a level of patience when you embark on this. And while you are aware that you're going to be getting attention and you're going to be seen, your new skin is going to be seen, you also need to be prepared for that and stay grounded, because it could feel a little overwhelming because you're not used to that. You may have been in a situation that was a little more oppressive, or you were repressing a lot. Maybe you were purposely staying away from people, or like not being as social as you maybe once were. And so the attention that you're going to end up getting might feel overwhelming because you're not used to it. This is going to take work, but I think this is work that you want to do. I think you're going to get a lot out of it, just spiritually and emotionally and physically. I do see abundance here for you, but I think the abundance might take some time. But if you hang in there and just really just get joy out of just showing up every day, and that, this Six of Wands is a beehive, and the hive, these bees go out every day, and they're the worker bees, right? And there's going to be an aspect of that for you where it's going to feel day in, day out, it's work, it's hard work. And I think if you just keep that in perspective and not just expect everything to just be amazing right out of the gate, and that you've automatically arrived, then I think that actually you will get a lot out of just the day-to-day grind. Don't get too overwhelmed with the grind, and just, it's one step at a time. And the Queen of Pentacles, she's very patient, and she knows what it takes to grow a garden. She knows what it takes to cultivate the seeds. And sometimes it's, you have to weed the garden, which is not fun. But it always looks great after. And she just knows the work that it takes. There's the Three of Pentacles with that beehive. There could be collaboration with others. It's just a very logistical, there's a logistical side to this that really cannot be ignored. And that is the full moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is very much very methodical about what it takes for that goat to climb that rocky mountain. It's one careful step at a time, and it's a lot of work. And you can't just like quit halfway through, you know? You it's like it'll that would put you in a precarious situation, so you have to just keep going, and you can't get overwhelmed as you're trying to make it to the top. So I see the shadow on the bottom. It is reversed. This is an extra card. The shadow self. So I think you're facing some fears here. But it could have actually been more fears in the old life that you were leaving behind. Um, it was almost more like fear about leaving, but now that you're leaving, maybe, you know, a lot of those fears are being faced and settled. We have the Seven of Pentacles. This is that time card. It's going to take time. It's an investment. You have to be patient. But the rewards will come. They will come, and I think they're going to come. They're going to trickle in, and the little rewards you need to don't overlook those. Those are those are the little things you'll need just to keep going. So don't think that because they're small rewards that you're failing. It's actually a sign that you're on the right track. We have King of Swords with Queen of Pentacles underneath. And this is just a real power dynamic here where you have to be smart in this new path. And you need to, I mentioned not getting overwhelmed. You need to know exactly what you're going after, and you need to keep your eye on the prize and not get distracted, with other things, because those other things may lead you astray. Stay focused on what you want. And you may have a lot of ideas, and they could be good ideas eventually, but be very discerning if they're the right ideas now. And the Three of Pentacles, there may need to be some collaboration, seeking out some mentors or experts in the field, professors or teachers, or just somebody who's paved the way ahead of you. Don't be afraid. Don't think you have to do this completely alone. And people may end up coming to you down the road for that kind of advice too, for what you've learned. We have the Three of Cups. I think in this new life, you will get a new tribe. Again, this is all going to come in slowly. So don't get frustrated if it's not right away and you don't see it right away. I think this is you have to play the long game here with this full moon. But you're going to start coming across people that just fit your new skin. And then we have Judgment. This is a really powerful card. It's transcending it's transformation. It's like you've earned the right to be here, and it's going to be it's a powerful experience, not just to leave an old life, but to have the courage to take on a new life. It is truly like giving yourself a second chance, because you feel like you deserve it and you've earned it. But you don't have to earn it to be here, but you do deserve to be here. I do think you've earned it. I think you've done a lot. I think you've endured a lot in the past. So I think you've earned a new chance at a great life. I think this is going to be a powerful experience for you. I think you're going to learn a lot about yourself. It's going to require a lot of strength and also maybe um how do I want to say this? It just may require some faith, whether you're religious or not. This path may require um this path requires you to really know you're supposed to be on this path. That intuitive knowing. And I think you may feel at times judged, and you're going to have to stand by it. You're going to have to stand by who you are and why you should be here. You may have to justify that. You might be faced with opposition. What else? For the full moon in Capricorn. I think you'll have to be discerning about the people that you are the new people coming into your reality with this new path. Um, they may not all be good. And so you do need to be discerning about that as well. And you need to be very in charge of your path and protective over it. Protect yourself. Because I think maybe the old life, maybe you weren't as discerning and you weren't as protective. And I think you ended up dealing with people who didn't have your best interests at heart. The Wheel of Fortune. Knight of Pentacles. The Four of Swords. Justice. And the Star reversed. So whatever you're going toward is fated. It's destiny. It's a turn of the wheel of your life. It's trusting in that. And the rewards that are coming will come in time. It'll come in divine time, and there will be a time where the rewards will get bigger. And one thing that I see here, the Four of Swords reversed, is it's almost like a warning, which is this is going to move quickly. Even though I'm saying, oh, everything's going to take time, it's still, you're on this new ride, and the ride is going to happen fast, and it's going to start spinning where all of a sudden it is more reward. It is more responsibility. It's more. You have to be out there and put yourself out there more and deal with more people and more, things to do. And it's like your time of rest is over, and you need to be prepared for this wheel to turn, because it's turning now and it's going to continue on this new path. We have Knight of Pentacles. I think this is about one step at a time. They don't make them overwhelming. If it feels overwhelming, maybe that step is too big, back it off into a smaller step, and then you will get there. This is also a warning card of just don't think you have to do it all at once. That's not a good idea. That's not going to get you there. You'll end up probably facing burnout if you do that. And so you want to keep it just one step at a time. We have Justice in reverse. This is, I feel like, just the life you left. This could be a legal situation that you're still dealing with, or you might feel like you had to leave because something wasn't fair. And I think I'm going to get another one on this card, but I just feel like if it's a legal situation, you need to deal with what you need to deal with, but don't let it drag you down. If it's just an unfair situation where, you didn't, the truth wasn't seen or heard to vindicate you, then don't hold on to that. You just need to move on. And we have the Star in reverse. And I just think this is the old skin of, you did what you could do there, and now it's time to move on. Like you've healed what you can heal. You just need to move on. Some of these cards are showing like a stuckness in the past, and that's not going to help you in moving on. Sometimes life isn't fair, and it's hard to understand why, especially if you feel like you did everything right. People aren't always going to see your light and what your good intentions were and the work you put in. And you just have to let it go. And that they will face their judgment. Their judgment is coming down the road. So you don't need to worry about that. What else for the full moon in Capricorn? Four of Wands. The Devil in reverse. Nine of Swords. Knight of Wands in reverse. And Three of Wands. So the Four of Wands here is, I really see success. I do see success on this new path, and it will come. It was laying on the Wheel of Fortune. It's going to come as long as you heed some of the warnings that are in the spread, but also some of the advice, and one of those is letting go of anything that's toxic in your life. If you have any addictions, it's a great time to let it go. Um, don't get obsessed with the devil is in the details. Don't get obsessed with maybe feeling like it all has to happen right now. It's really one step at a time, and don't get too yes, the devil is in the details, but if you get too stuck on something, you're never going to move forward either. So it's really this King of Swords. You have to be the wiser, and this Queen of Pentacles. Yes, it takes time and patience, but don't obsess over something. Just keep moving on, but stay focused. Don't do too much at once, one step at a time. Be very mindful of people wanting to come in because they see your success and now they want to be a part of it. Nine of Swords, stressing out because it's going to get busy. You're really going to cultivate, it's one thing to plant a bunch of seeds in a garden. It's another thing when that garden is all growing and you've got rows and rows and rows of plants and vegetables and fruit growing at different rates, different times. They need different things. Some are sick, some are not doing great, some are doing too good. I mean, it's just like, it's a lot. And I think this is also a warning to really be mindful of that feeling of overwhelm and like losing sleep. I think you need to make sure you get enough sleep. Turn to the people in your life who could help you. You might need help at some point. You might need to hire somebody to help manage certain tasks. We have Knight of Wands reversed. This is irritation, irritability, anger. Maybe so this could either be still about the people in your past, if you still have to deal with those people, maybe like I said before, a legal situation or something, that could still be in there, and those feelings you still may have to deal with. This could also be a burnout situation, so it's also a warning to just not go too fast. Especially if you're doing like a creative venture, it's sometimes, the creativity can just burn you out and make you overwhelmed. It's also needing to focus on the logistics and let the logistics ground you a little bit so you could keep your creative juices flowing. And then we have the Three of Wands. So we have Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups, and now the Three of Wands in here. 333 could be a number for you. This is planning. This is ideas. Which direction, what's the right direction to take. You may be faced with this. It could contribute to some overwhelm, like a decision fatigue could happen. And it really comes down to this Knight of Pentacles, King of Swords, and Queen of Pentacles. Use your discernment. If it feels overwhelming, maybe it is too big of a decision or a step. Maybe it's not the right time. Maybe those are ideas that can be saved at a later date. So I do think there's a lot of excitement here, though, for navigating this new path. And that's a good motivator. It's fun to set up a new path, but don't get stuck in the planning phase. Like you do have to actually take steps. You have to actually plant the seeds and water the garden every day. So it's taking ideas and you need to root them. What else do you need to know about this full moon in Capricorn and this new path? Do you need to know about this new path? The womb and Kairos, which is divine timing. I think you have been cultivating something. You've been incubating an idea, a plan. There's that looks just that triangle here. A solid plan. And now it's a good time. This is a good time. This is a good time to implement something. Of course, do what's right for your life. So this is just for entertainment purposes only. But the cards do say this might be the right time. You know, the baby comes at the time it's going to come, you know, and you can't force that. Well, you kind of can, I guess, in real life, but the cards are saying this full moon in Capricorn is a great time. Maybe it's not about making this whole huge, leaving your whole life and abandoning people and situations. It might just be taking a step forward that you've been thinking about for a while. Finishing that book, you know, getting that social media up, looking for jobs and applying, looking at programs like degree programs for school. What else do you need to know about this new path and the full moon, which is Aletheia, and this is the truth? This is about coming into your truth. This is the new skin. You've outgrown the old. You're ready to birth something new for yourself. You're just ready. And there's a past here that you need to let go of that's holding you back. It could just be a lot of fears. You felt maybe like you got burned in the past. Things, you know, maybe you've tried certain things and they haven't worked out in the past, so you have fear. You have to let that go. The poet, so you could be writing. This could be maybe about a relationship, somebody that you love or care about, could be somewhere involved in this new path. Communicating, but really using your words in a beautiful way. This could be about just simply the act of writing it down. That's maybe that planning, rooting those ideas down onto paper, getting a journal, creating a schedule to manage what's coming, which the cards are saying it's going to grow to be much bigger at some point and to be ready for that. And so maybe this is just about finding a system that will help you manage those tasks. Let's do that again. Let's see. What else do you need to know for this new path? The full moon in Capricorn. All right, we'll take the rest of these. So we've got the warrior. I definitely think this is going to take a warrior energy to push through to create this. You have to have a lot of courage. I mentioned that before. It takes courage to leave something behind, and it takes courage to embark on something new. You have to embrace the warrior spirit. It's an inner knowing. It's the truth. It's what you know to be true for yourself now. We have the ocean. There's a lot. This reminds me, in this situation, of just there's a lot of ideas. There's a lot, maybe, of excitement and emotions, maybe sadness of leaving something behind. There's just a lot, and it could feel overwhelming. Maybe overwhelming to bring your ideas into form. How am I going to make this path work? It's such a big card. This is a big energy, but it's full of a lot of depth and richness. I think you'll get so much out of this path. It's almost like the sky's the limit, but it's the ocean in this case. The mystic, finding the light in the shadow. Moth to a flame. It's a knowing. It's the knowing of the truth. It's being, the star card in reverse. It's like you've done the work. You've healed. You're kind of there now. I'm not saying you're this expert at healing, but you've done so much work. Maybe it's time that you pass it on. It maybe, I said before, you might be one of the experts now. And then we have the ring. It's just committing to this new you, this new path. This could actually, of course, be committing to a person, taking a relationship to the next level, maybe taking a promotion. It's a commitment, and there's a lot wrapped up in that. It's not as simple as just a ring, right? It's years and years. It's saying, I'm in this for the long haul. So this doesn't all need to happen right away. You can take little steps at a time, but just take the steps. Take the steps you can take now, because now's a good time. Now is a good time. It's a good time to commit to something new. That there will be success. There will be reason to celebrate. And maybe just even the first step is worth a celebration too. Leaving something behind is worth a celebration too. Something that has been toxic for you. Orphaned, and so that's that old thing that you're leaving behind. That's an old energy, and it's still there. It's why it's coming up in the reading. And so it's saying, the cards are saying, it's time to let that go. And that might be this poet card of just, do you need to journal about it, or like write a letter to somebody? Don't give it to them, but you just like tear it up, or bury it or something. Like, what do you need to do to move on? Even if you are still tied up with these people somehow, some way, you might share a kid with them, and you have to deal with custody exchanges and all that. But it's like, you don't have to hold on to all the energy that is dragging you down. With the ocean, it's like if you have any weight on you at all, you're going to get pulled down. So you're going to be carrying a lot here and you're going to be swimming pretty hard. So be very mindful of the weight that you put on yourself. We've got building blocks. That's that one step at a time. We have milk and honey. That's that you are going to get a lot out of this new path. On the bottom, we have mending. And I think this this new path is going to be healing for you too. So it will be good in your healing journey if there's anything left, but it's part of the healing that you need to move forward. So this is the reading I have for you for the full moon in Capricorn. I wish you the best of luck with this full moon, and I'll see you again next time.